So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. coming home with a smile. Smoky moon, like a shiver, all the shadows fade away. All your streets are empty, lights begin to sway. 4 a.m. as I think, oh, Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight as the city wakes. Oh, my love for you will never fade away. 5 a.m. as I sing, oh, Stockholm love. Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight as the city wakes. Oh, my love for you will never fade away. 5 a.m. as I sing, oh, Stockholm love. Stockholm love. Darling, I would die for you. Tell 1,000 lies for you. Love you like the ocean, love you in slow motion. Anything it takes to make you stay. But I can't rely on you. Doesn't matter what I do. You say you need a time, I think you mean a buyout. Cause it's pretty clear you're on your way out. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah. I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I transcended me, all independent, so you had to have me for yourself. That was when I trusted you, when I could add up 2 and 2. When you promised we'd be together, you, me, forever. Now there's nothing left to lose. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, 'cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it to my face. You're sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. Sorry. Say it to my face, you're sorry. This time I think I get it. This love was overrated. No more infatuated. And I blame it on you, I blame it on you, yeah. This time I hope you get it. In love you shouldn't fake it, no. I'm old enough to take it. So just say it to me, say it to me. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology.
what's going on, y'all? It is your boy JayyRedd Unfiltered, and we are back. We are back with another live stream, and yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm not mincing my words tonight, and because it's just it's just hard when you have to constantly look and observe people doing the same thing over and over again, and then they expect different results. It's nerve wracking having to sit there and watch people sit there and literally argue you down and fight you for the right to destroy themselves. And sometimes it gets a little much to handle. So sometimes somebody who is attempting to separate themselves and divest themselves from that has to come back down to earth and try to relate to people. And so that's essentially what we're going to do tonight, because I want to talk about the the real like the real issue with black culture. Because if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I believe that black culture is trash. You know that I stand on it and I maintain this position. I don't say that black culture is trash just to say, oh my goodness, well, oh, like this is just the worst. This is just the worst people. They're just disgusting. They're just gross. Oh, I hate that I'm black. Oh, I don't want to be black. No, I say that black culture is trash for a very specific reason. And we're going to get into that. But first and foremost, before we get into the topic, I just want to take a minute to say, and because I mean this genuinely, thank you for tuning in. For everybody that's tuned in, everybody that will tune in, I appreciate you. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys are, just well. Hope all is good with you guys, because at the end of the day, you could be doing anything, you could be anywhere, but you chose to come kick it with me. And so for that, I appreciate you. I don't take it for granted. And so with that being said, I just, let's you know, let's take care of a little of a few things. Um, if you probably noticed, I've been doing this. I'm calling it a challenge, but really it's more like a life transition that I'm doing, and I'm just calling it a challenge. But yeah, today's day. I think it's day 9 of the suit challenge, where I've literally worn a suit every day for the last 9 days. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. And so, in favor of that, I just want to, let's talk about that for a little bit, because I like I want you guys to know something about me. Like, I love suits. I love suits. I wasn't always that way, but like many people, guys, okay, it's like, seriously, listen, because this is important, because there are people that can learn from this, and there are people that or that might be, what I'm saying, wondering why things aren't going their way in life, right? And this is important. Okay, I was not that guy that liked to dress up. I was not that guy that liked to put on a suit. I was not that guy that that really cared what other people thought or cared about my image, right? And if you can see the color of my skin, right, you know that I am not Caucasian. I'm not a white person, right? So as a black person, you kind of have to learn the hard way, so to speak, that image is important. How you present yourself is important. How how you present yourself to the world is important. People judge you. That's one thing that you can't get around. People judge you. So, in knowing that people judge you, you have a lot of young black guys like myself, that we grow up, and then we end up in situations where we don't always know or aren't always properly dressed for the occasion. We aren't properly ready for the things that are the situations that we have to be in order to progress in life. right? So in knowing that the goal is progression, little old me stumbles upon Kevin Samuels videos, right? Stumbles upon all these men teaching men's fashion, all these different channels. Because for some reason, one day, the button just went off. The button just went off. And I found myself caring about my future. And so in caring about my future, it caused me to want to seek out, because that was the one thing. See, we love to sit and talk about and hear these guys that get on these podcasts, these panels, you know what I mean, these YouTube channels. And let's just face it, let's just be honest. They're going through red pill rage, right? A lot of them, they're going through this, the manosphere. A lot of these people that are in these sectors, that's what they're going through. That's what they've been through. And I've been there. But something that a lot of people realize is, or don't, or fail to realize, is that they don't try. They don't try to do better. They just do what they know and what's comfortable. And sometimes what you know and what's comfortable is not what's best for you. It's not what's best for you. It's not going to help you grow. So little old me, who without even knowing it was projecting the image that I don't care, suddenly cared. And then in learning to care, started realizing, oh yeah, I don't just want to be one of those guys that just throw on any kind of suit. No, I want to look nice in my suit. And I went the custom route. Fell in love. What can I say? Then I fell in love with the art. I fell in love with the art of learning about menswear, about learning about suits, about learning how to put it together, what works, what doesn't work, how to find your style, how to individually express yourself. Because guess what? You can individually express yourself. And as Black people, that's the thing you have to understand. Your image is important. But as everybody, your image is important. Everybody. It's a universal truth. It's a universal truth. And the sad, unfortunate part is that a lot of Black people, they just don't realize that they don't get better because they don't try. They don't try. So, I mean, yeah, basically, like I said, I mean, I'm basically going through a lifestyle change, because it's not like I've been on this suit journey for years now, but this is the first time where I've like dedicated myself to like really wearing them every day and just presenting myself the best way. So that's just that yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just, and it's just been kind of weird how, last couple of weeks have been weird. Let's just put it at that. But yeah. So today, today, we're gonna talk about the real problems with modern Black culture. And I want to use and highlight an example of a recent situation in order to illustrate my point. Because these situations constantly replay themselves, and it's kind of like a never-ending wheel. So guess what? Like, and to be honest, I have a low tolerance for a certain type of lifestyle. So like I said, if it comes off as I'm being insensitive or any of that, then You know what I mean? I'm warning you up front because I don't care. We're here to talk about the truth, and this is just something that has to be addressed. It has to be addressed. So first and foremost, I want to talk about black culture and why I say black culture is trash because that's important. You have to understand why I say this so that when I illustrate my points, you will understand why I say what I say. So on that note, on that note, the reason why I say that black culture is trash is because I believe that black culture celebrates destruction. Black culture embraces the worst parts of itself. Black culture embraces the worst people, the worst role models, the worst media, the worst influence. It feeds the worst into itself. Now, the reason I say modern black culture is because you always you have the group of people that come from a different generation, right? But you have to distinguish between these two generations because the future is what we're going into. The future is what we're going into. As much as I hate to say it, these young dudes are not listening to the elders like they should. They're not. They're not listening to the people that can give them game, they can teach them better. I use the example of the Lil Durk situation. There's a video. And if y'all remind me, then I'll then hopefully I don't forget to play it. But there's a video of Wallow for $1 million worth of game trying to talk to Lil Durk, trying to tell him to let it go before he get in the situation that he got himself into, right? So again, why do I say black culture is trash? Because you embrace the worst, and you not just you embrace the worst. Because if there was balance, then you could accept the balance. No, you take it a step further and you reject the positive. You reject anybody that might stand for something that doesn't go that goes against the status quo. That's why I hate Candace Owens. That's why anybody that's a black conservative, they get labeled, they get labeled as a raccoon or whatever. Like at the end of the day, you reject people. That's why they don't like Jesse Lee Peterson. That's all these different people. And they don't have any reason to hate them because those people in their own way are just trying to find the best solution for people to move forward and progress in their lives. Because, hey, their position is, hey, I did it, so why can't you? I think that black culture is one of the only cultures that openly celebrates and champions the worst of itself. Standards. No standards. No, just no real idea or concept of duty, of community. The only time black folks can unify is when it was the big bad white man. There's no big bad white man or the police. You can't get black people to unify for nothing. I'm not like people. It's like people are so delusional, so loyal to a culture that doesn't care about you. You glorify crime. You glorify the Pookie culture. You glorify the worst of the worst. And do you know what the worst part is? is that even the people, because I'll give it to you, it's true. The majority of you are not engaged in pookie behavior, right? Fair enough. But guess what? You turn a blind eye to it. You ain't gonna snitch on Pookie. You ain't gonna snitch on Pookie when he done knocked out that old lady and snatched her purse. You know, for the first time, I saw a video where a dude literally confronted a dude that was stealing groceries. Wouldn't recommend it because, you know, it's dangerous out here. But I'm just saying, though, when you really think about it, that's how the community should be. That's how we should be. We should be holding Pookie accountable. Pookie shouldn't get away scot-free with being able to engage in Pookie activities. And that's the truth. And I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I understand people have their different lifestyles. You grow up how you grow up, but eventually you have to grow up. Right? Let's just be honest, man. I'm tired of people so focused on trying to spare people's feelings. You're so focused on trying to spare people's feelings that you're not willing to save their life. You willing to let them cut their own life short because you can't hold them accountable. You try to hold them accountable, then the whole culture rejects you. The whole culture will cancel you. Look at the election. If you say, you know what, I'm not going to be manipulated by the Democrats anymore. I'm not going to be manipulated into voting for a certain type of group or a certain person just because other people say I should vote for them or because of identity politics, then you're labeled as a traitor. You're labeled as a sellout. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's just insane. It's just insane. The level and the degree that Black culture will go in order to fight against itself. So that's why I believe that Black culture is trash. Because the minority are speaking for the majority because the majority are allowing the minority to speak for them. If that loud trash minority is doing all the talking, is the image that we're projecting to the world, then by definition, yes, the culture is trash. I always used to use this analogy. If you have a cake and it's the best cake in the world, the nicest, fluffiest, softest, sweetest, just fulfilling cake, just sensational, amazing flavor. But it's on a plate full of crap. Are you going to be able to enjoy that cake? If crap gets on that cake, are you going to be able to enjoy that cake? No, you're not. You're not going to be able to enjoy the cake. So why do you continuously allow people that are the crap of the culture to sit there and represent you? If you won't hold the people that are the trash of the culture accountable and you won't reject them, then guess what? You have no right to say that I'm wrong for saying that Black culture is trash. That's the truth. If you won't hold Pookie accountable, if you won't hold the people that are actually doing things that negatively impact the community accountable, then guess what? You don't have a right to get mad when I say that Black culture is trash. Reject the Pookie. Reject the worst of us. Get that out of the way, and then we can talk. Then we can talk. But as long as you allow the worst of you to be the voice and represent, that's just my position. Because what do we stand for as a culture? What do black people stand for as a culture? What do we stand for? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because at the end of the day, when you look at the actions, you look at the family structure, you look at the community structure, you look at the role models, you look at the influencers, you look at the people who have any type of say, we are on a downward spiral. The difference between me and you is I'm willing to abandon ship. I will live to fight another day. I will live to fight another day. And I'm not the only one, too. There are people that will abandon ship. And then you call them sellouts. You call them sellouts because they realize that black culture is sinking in on itself. And maybe it needs to. And that's the truth. Because when it does, then maybe we can rebuild it into something that was greater than it once was. It's just insane. It's just insane. I'm going to play this video here because guess what? Whether you hate him or love him, sometimes when he's right. And, you know, this is the truth. So we're going to hear what what everybody's favorite controversial, I guess, content creator influencer has to say. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, this is a real victory. This is a real victory. Now that demonic force, because it is a demonic force, it was a dark force. It was a dark energy that came down from Chicago and spread throughout America. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. Down goes the drill. 12th round knockout, because it looked like they had got away and they get to ride off into the sunset. So this is a victory for law-abiding black Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it. So it's
a lot of free Dirks right now. It's a lot of the free Dirk campaign has begun.
Every day I'm gonna wake up trolling. Every day I'm gonna wake up trolling because they black.
Us as black people.
Yeah, this is a real victory.
I'm gonna just say just starting off. It's more, but I definitely do agree. I agree. I'm just gonna say that. 100%. I do agree. I agree that when you really listen to some of that music, when you really listen to some of the things that these people are saying in their music, I personally think this drill music is worse than gangster rap. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't think gangster and trap can hold a candle to it. And that's the truth. So, I mean, what else can you call it but demonic? I'm gonna just be honest with you. When like, oh my God. It's just, it's bad. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's bad. It's bad. And I'm not just saying that just to be religious or anything like that, but let's just be real. When you have so much murder, so much evil, so much devastation, domestic terrorism is what it is. So much of that going on. So much. You don't think that's demonic? You don't think something's off? Unfortunately, it is a victory. It is a victory because the fact that these people are engaged in such egregious lifestyles. And y'all are so quick to say freedom. So quick.
Because he was self-defending himself. They blackballed Lil Tim because he was standing up for a friend. Homie, come on now. Free Lil Durk. Keep him locked up. Don't give him no bond. Send him to a USP because of his record. And then got to think about this. He got to go to California. GDs and BDs ain't got no say-so in California. Rondo because he was self-defending himself. They blackballed Lil Tim because he was standing up for a friend. Homie, come on now. Free Lil Durk. Keep him locked.
Whew. Yeah. I'm gonna just be real. Like I said, I don't have no sympathy for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish no evil on nobody. You know what I mean? But I don't have no sympathy for him. I don't have no sympathy for him. What they did was egregious. It was bad. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It was bad. What they did was bad. Like, come on. It's stupid. Incredibly stupid.
Listen, we got word that you were in rehab.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, can we talk about that a little bit?
No, we good. I want to embrace it, you know what I'm saying? Because it helped me a lot.
Helped you a lot.
Yeah, so I want people to not run from it or be shy from it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What was that like for you, though? You know what I mean? Because it's not really, we don't see a guy like you, you know, a lot of times you go to rehab and talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
I won't even say it was tough at first. It was tough at first, but it ain't that tough because I really knew what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I knew what was holding me back.
And what was that? What did you want?
I wanted better. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a better man, a better father, a better leader, you know, but more action. So I got to make sure that self is good before.
Why am I playing this video? I'm playing this video because I want you to see how somebody can appear to be growing and somebody can appear to be flourishing, but still willing to crash out, or the actions that you make just can ruin everything. And that's the truth.
Shy from it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Got it. All right. Look, I mean, did you feel like it helped?
Yeah, it helped. It helped a lot, you know what I'm saying? Just thinking clearer, you know what I'm saying? And see, my main goal is peace, you know what I'm saying? Being with the family and staying out of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And getting 100% on my dean.
Did you write new music?
Yeah, I did.
Did you really?
I did.
Were you inspired?
I was, but it's more clearer.
More clear?
It's more clear. More clear.
Good man. All right. Before rehab, before you went in, what was your mental state like? What was your...
Moving fast.
Moving fast.
Making excuses. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy. You would look at this video and you would think, man, you got everything ahead of you, bro. Like, this is the thing. Like, you are the guy. You were the one that was putting everybody on the map. You, like, just to crash out. Just to absolutely crash out. Now, why am I saying crash out, right? The reason why I'm saying crash out and the reason why we have to understand this situation is because we have to understand at least a baseline of the key facts that are going on in this case, right? So, we know that there was an alleged plot and charges. Lil Durk conspired with these people. They conspired with these people. And you can look the story up. See, I could just spoon feed it to you, and I might. But I'm just saying, I want you guys to understand and learn that people will lie to you. We see that with the media now. People will lie. But there was an alleged plot. And when that plot, they actually organized and were stupid enough to use a company credit card that's connected with the label Then on top of that, let's just look at this article real quick. This is just crazy. This is insane. Now you see exactly where this is. This is justice.gov, right? United States Attorney's Office, Central District of California. Okay, you see this. Chicago rapper Lil Durk arrested on complaint alleging he ordered an unaliving attempt that resulted in a fatal shooting near Beverly Center. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is involving Quando Rondo. And basically, Grammy Award-winning Chicago rapper has been arrested on a federal criminal complaint alleging he conspired with others to unalive a rival rapper, resulting in a shooting and an unalive that took place at a gas station near Beverly Center Shopping Mall in Los Angeles in 2022. An attack that resulted in a family member of the rival being shot and unalive, Justice Department announced today. Lil Durk was arrested near Miami International late Thursday on a complaint charging him with conspiracy to use interstate facilities to commit unaliving for hire, resulting in death. He made his initial appearance this afternoon at the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida and remains in federal custody. Charged with orchestrating a cold-blooded unaliving that resulted in the death of a rival's family member. Not only that, the shooting occurred in the open at a gas station. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Endangering many others in the area. That's crazy. Now, what if one of them bullets would have hit the gas pump and you blew the whole place up? It's just idiots. Idiots. Whew, this is crazy. Then as we go down the article, we see basically that not only did he, like, what happened was when they started arresting people that were connected to this crime, Lil Durk, they didn't initially arrest Lil Durk. But when Lil Durk saw that people connected to this crime were starting to get arrested, he tried to flee the country. So Lil Durk flees the country, right? So now, at the end of the day, these people are looking at, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And the backstory behind this situation is that Lil Durk is friends with King Von. Lil Durk and King Von are both from Chicago, similar hoods, they're real close. King Von is kind of about that life. Okay? King Von decides one day that he's going to start an issue with Quando Rondo, which may or may not be connected to his beef with another rapper who don't got nothing to do with this right now. So, you know what I mean? But that night, essentially what happened is, like you heard Charleston White say. It's really what happened. King Von attacked the dude. The dude's friend, his friend basically ended up unaliving King Von. He unalived King Von in defense of his friend. And ever since then, and this just goes to show you how trash black culture is. People have been literally championing this and telling Durk that he needed to slide, that he needed to avenge King Von and all that kind of stuff. And oh and behold, this guy was stupid enough to listen. He was stupid enough to do it. Probably was gonna do it anyway. But then, I mean, and then what's so crazy about it, guys? Like this is what's so sinister about it is that the person that they unalived was not Quando Rondo. They were trying to go for Quando Rondo. It wasn't Quando Rondo. They ended up unaliving the man's cousin. So they didn't even get the right person. They didn't even get the right person. And not only did they not get the right person, but then Lil Durk actually had the audacity to play the recording of Quando Rondo crying about his cousin in a song. This is how demonic these people are. This is how demonic people are. Like, how could you hate somebody so much? How could you hate somebody so much? Uh, now, now that we have a baseline, understanding of at least what was going on in this situation, I think we didn't. I think now is just the time that we have to apply it to what is actually, you know what I mean? To what is the actual the actual problem with Black culture? What is the actual problem with Black culture? Let's just think on that for a second, because there are a lot of issues with Black culture, and there are a lot of good things about Black culture. There are some things that could be better, but there are some things that are really bad. Now, people tend to think just because you speak about the bad that it doesn't mean that you can't acknowledge, or that it means that you can't acknowledge the good too. But the problem is, if we don't address the bad, how is it ever going to change? If we focus on the good, all we're doing is pacifying everyone. No, we need to address the actual issues with the community. We need to address the actual issues. Um, oh, Maurice July, what's going on, bro? He says Black culture is trash. Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. I feel like but you know, what I mean, apparently that's a wrong statement to make, because you know, what I mean, but, do you know what Black people have been through? Oh, you know, what I mean, and it's it's just frustrating. It's like, stop being victims. You know what I mean? Appreciate your comment, Maurice. That boy yo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Um, but yeah, I think it's important that we actually look at the key points and what we can actually apply towards this little Dirk situation in order to get something out of this guy's misfortune. But let me rephrase that, because is it really his misfortune if you're getting what you deserve? I'm just saying. Like, I think I I don't know. I think that that's worth exploring. But okay, so first things first. First things first. Let's just get into this, and we're just gonna go down the list, guys. So first thing is, for some reason, Black culture is obsessed with the glorification of violence and crime. For some reason, people are obsessed. People are obsessed with with the real, like the real life movie lifestyle. And you know, we all like a good action movie, right? But for some reason, these people, they can't distinguish between reality and fiction. So when you see people that are living life that you believe is like a movie, you don't think about, oh yeah, wow, that person has a real family that's really gonna be affected by that. Oh, that person that they hit that lick on has a real family that's gonna be affected. Oh, that person that had to take care of you to defend themselves didn't need to go through that experience. These are things that are worth exploring. In a civilized society, why are we glorifying real life violence and crime? It's not something to be glorified, right? Why are we glorifying it? One thing to tell your story. It's another thing for people or for people to rally and support you because you are building or because of your image of the violence and the war, the JayyRedd, you know what I mean? All that. It's not a dig at the dude. It ain't about him. What it is about the fact that the culture seems obsessed with this type of lifestyle. And for some reason, despite the fact that white people, despite the fact that Asian people, despite the fact that all these other races of people, all these other cultures, they know and they listen to hip hop. But they don't go out and do the stupid stuff that we see black folks do. They don't go out and do the crazy buffoonery that we see some of these black people do. Not in mass, not in general. You might get one rare idiot. But let's just be real. For some reason, there's something going on to where hip hop music is particularly affecting black people in their actions. And it's bringing out the worst in you. That's the truth. That's the truth. So when you have a Lil Durk, of course you're going to be like Sly for Vaughn. But when everything else in their music is just as demonic, you encouraging a person to unalive somebody. That's how crazy people are. People got more smoke and got more problem with the fact that Lil Durk got ratted on by a friend than they do the fact that Lil Durk and his friends unalive somebody who wasn't even the target. The fact that they ended somebody's life in the first place. The fact that they continue the cycle of violence. They lost their homie. So I'm going to take yours. Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. But where does it end? Where does it end? That's what I want to know. I want to know where it is. So I need to find that Wallow clip.
Tomorrow I'll be out of penitentiary 5 fucking years. I've never been out of the penitentiary a year since I was 11. I spent 5 years in the juvenile system, 20 years in the penitentiary. I'm 42 years old. I spend most of my time on this planet in a cell. I can name 20, 30 niggas. My homies is dead. I'm here though. I forgave my brother's killer. And I'm saying it to say this. Nigga that killed my brother, my brother died in my grandma's arms. In that fucking house that we grew up in. Nigga shot my brother, he ran to the house. He died in Natty Harms when she opened the door. So I'm telling you, there's some real shit, man. If I ain't let that go, I won't be right here today. I won't be here for my niece and my nephews. Me and Gil won't be doing this. Y'all won't know me. I won't be able to give y'all this game. But I had to leave. I had to let that shit go. I can tell you one thing. Now I'm out here taking care of his daughter, paying for her to go to school, taking care of my nephew, taking care of my mom and my grandmama.
Man, look, I'm gonna start this over, but I need y'all to hear this. Like, really hear this. Because this is the problem of you can say everything you want. You can say everything right to somebody, but if they don't want better for themselves, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Tomorrow I'll be out of penitentiary 5 fucking years. I've never been out of the penitentiary a year since I was 11. I spent 5 years in the juvenile system, 20 years in the penitentiary. I'm 42 years old. I spend most of my time on this planet in a cell. I can name 20, 30 niggas. My homies is dead. I'm here though. I forgave my brother's killer, and I'm.
He said, "I'm here." See, that's the problem. Y'all gotta learn to get rid of that survivor's guilt, man. You gotta get rid of that survivor's guilt. You made it. You got it. You got out. You got out. You made it. Why are you going back down in the gutter? I don't get it. I don't get it. And then you got this man sitting here damn near in tears. He's in tears. Man, Maurice says it's a compound of things that affect us, such as violence and the tone we use towards towards each other, and never fight for our unity harder than we fight for petty subjects. All right, you're right. I agree because people genuinely don't respect each other. They don't have respect for each other. They don't view people as people. They just view people as skin, like, you know what I mean? Skin tone. Oh yeah, they just, he's one of us or he's not one of us, or he's like us or he's not like us. You know what I mean? People, yeah. I mean, like I said, I agree with what you're saying. There's very little unity in the black community outside of, you know what I mean, when it's the police or a white person involved. It's the truth. Appreciate your comment. But like I said, because the truth of the matter is, this is what you need. You heard Wallow giving this dude game. You heard Wallow say that he spent most of his life, he's 42, spent most of his life in jail, incarcerated, not free. So he's trying to get this dude game.
I had to say this. Nigga killed my brother. My brother died in my grandma's arms. In that fucking house that we grew up in. Nigga shot my brother. He ran to the house. He died in Nanny Harms when she opened the door.
Can you imagine that? You imagine grandma opening the door, you falling into her arms. It's heavy, guys. It's heavy.
So I'm telling you, there's some real shit, man. If I ain't let that go, I won't be right here today. I won't be here for my niece and my nephews. Me and Gil won't be doing this. Y'all won't know me. I won't be able to give y'all this game. But I had to leave. I had to let that shit go. I can tell you one thing. Now I'm out here taking care of his daughter, paying for her to go to school, taking care of my nephew, taking care of my mom and my grandmama.
And guys, he couldn't take care of them. He wouldn't have been able to take care of them had he been focused on his get back. Had he not been able to move past what the culture, excuse me, if he had not moved past what the culture said he should do, what his culture said that he should do, guys. I need you to really understand that, because the culture says somebody takes one of mine, get back, get back, get back. That's what the culture says. But if he had listened to the culture, he wouldn't be able where he was sitting. You see it. We see it time and time again. Time and time again, this road, it does not end well. It catches up with you eventually. Thought you was gonna run to Italy. I'm just saying, I mean, this is, what more can you ask for? Somebody who has been through something, trying to give somebody game so that they don't go down the same road. Most people aren't willing to give you just game like that. Where do you think the term the game is to be sold, not told? Most people, if you really want to know what they know, you gotta spend money. You gotta invest. This man is in tears because he's passionate and he's trying to help save this man's life. And over his head, guys. Over his head. Man is in tears. Talking about his grandma catching his brother. I need you guys to understand that. I need you to understand it. This man is talking about having to forgive the person who took his brother. The person who shares genetic code with him. How do you let that go? Losing friends is hard enough. How do you let that go? How do you let the pain of knowing that your grandma had to catch his dying, his falling body? Over his head. Over his head, guys. And this is the problem. It's the problem with black culture.
Forgave my brother killer, but you know, I understand. I understand what y'all going through. But I love all you young niggas in here. And I mean that shit. I love you niggas, man. And I hope y'all make it out. I hope y'all make it the fuck out, man.
And he like
straight up, man.
It's so crazy. Yeah, this motherfucker really dropping tears for this shit. Like, shit for real. Like,
look at that. How ignorant. Look at him. He's so stunned. Because you know why? Why did he say that? Why did he say that, guys? Why did he say that? Over his head. He's so focused on the fact that this man is dropping tears and that he's so passionate. Because he know it ain't going to change nothing. Like Charleston White said, it's demonic. It's demonic. It's demonic. I don't feel sympathy for him. I don't feel sympathy for him because when people try to help and try to give people different perspectives, then guess what? They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. So, black culture, we know you glorify crime, violence. It's not just music, though. Look at the media. Look at what kids are introduced to early. Everything on Netflix, everything is just very is violence, crime, or erotic. There is no in between anymore. There is no in between anymore. It's just like I said. It's just for some reason. For some reason, it's kind of like that phenomenon where it's like where it's like some people they play Grand Theft Auto, the video game, and then they somehow get convinced that they can apply those same principles in real life. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But you want to know what really grinds my gears, guys? What really grinds my gears is selective accountability. That's a big issue in the black community. A big problem is this selective accountability. The idea that because I like his music that he deserves special treatment or that he should be allowed to be a terror to the community. The idea that free him because his music is good. Because I like his music, free him. It doesn't matter that he's a terrorist. It doesn't matter that he's a domestic terrorist. It doesn't matter that he unalive people. It doesn't matter the body count. It doesn't matter how hard he makes life living for everyday people. It doesn't matter how many beefs he's in. It doesn't matter what he promotes. It doesn't matter what he does outside of anything. I just say free him because he makes good music. His music is good. His music is good. Free him. Free him. No, I want to bump. I want to bump. I need him in my speakers. No, free him. Free him. It's degenerates. It's degeneracy. No, don't free him. Don't free him. Don't. Fact. Lose the key. How about that? Lose the key. Because at the end of the day, all he's going to do is just get out and be a terror. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it because it's not so bad. It's not even bad enough that the person engages in the activity. But the way you guys respond to them engaging in that activity it just blows my mind. It blows my mind. Because why is it that these like terrible people are so much embraced? You got academics falling out on the floor. You got people sharing sad songs. You got people, you know what I mean? Like they are broken up about this man. It's idolatry. It's literally idolatry. And that, well, I mean, I might as well, that segues into my next point, which is basically that we don't have any good role models. We don't have any good role models. And so, shout out to Maurice. He says a lot of us don't have good role models, and I try talking to my family and they reject the right information and don't want to see things even start to step in the right direction. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes. Shout out to you for the comment. I mean, that's and that's the problem. We don't have a lot of good role models. We don't. All the role models that we have are trash. The Diddy's, the T.I.'s, you know what I mean? Rappers, entertainers, athletes, movie stars, actors. You know what I mean? These are the people that we're looking at for or as role models, the people that influence. That's why you have the Democratic Party that thinks that they can just go and that think that they can just get celebrities to say go vote for this person or don't vote for this person, and then they think that they can just manipulate the black community. We don't have no good role models. There's not many black men that you can look up to in mass or in general. In general. But they're out there. They are 100% out there. But the problem is, will you embrace them when they want something that conflicts with your status quo? No, you won't. So therefore, if you're not willing to accept them, then what good is it? You got people that feel like, oh well, I don't need to wear a suit, or that people that wear suits, oh they're not trustworthy or anything like that. Oh, they're not good people. They're slippery, they're manipulative and all that kind of stuff. Right. I mean, and I always wonder when people say that, right? I say some of the most powerful people, some of the most influential people in the world wear suits, right? So let's take Malcolm X, right? Because people love to pretend like they're social justice warriors and they're so pro-black, right? Well, guess what? You didn't do more for the community than Malcolm X did. So guess what? If Malcolm X could wear suits and knew to present himself well while he was going to war with police, while he was actually resulting in real change, if you think, why do you think you're better than him? If he understood the importance of image and presenting yourself well and why black men needed to do so, why do you think you're better than him? I don't get it. I'll just be honest. I don't get it. We don't have good role models. I think you are absolutely on point with this, Maurice. That's just the truth. We don't have good role models. And people that we have that could be good role models, they shun them. They shun them. They don't like them because, oh, they call them like, oh, you're an a-hole. Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, you're this, you're that. Isn't the goal to win? That's what I believe. Just what I mean. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it because the way that you reject people that actually stand for something, that actually have standards, that's concerning. That's concerning. You reject people that actually have standards in favor of people that have none. But then you wonder why we're in such chaos now. You wonder why the black culture is evolved into what I describe as a hyena culture. Why do I say it's a hyena culture? Because guess what? You got the women that are so independent and strong that they think that they don't need men. And I'm not talking about all, not all, not all, not all. But there is the idea. And if you look at the community as a whole, men are not, the black community is not patriarchal right now. Women hold a majority of the power figuratively, whether it's mentally, but not physically. But I'm saying if they control the mind, if you can control somebody's mind, then guess what? You control them. So understand this. Men are not in a position right now where they are the dominant force in the black community, where they are the leader of the black community. The leaders in the black community are women. Whether you think that that's a problem or not, that's up to you. That's up to you. But I'm saying that, well, basically, to a certain degree, the black community has become matriarchal. And by that nature, you look at it from the family structure, you look at it from all these different things where people have literally convinced themselves that men are optional. That men are are a necessity. That men are something. It's like, oh, take it or leave it. Everything revolves around the women. And I don't have a problem with women being valued as important. I don't have a problem with that. But why do men have to be put as optional at that expense? Especially when there are studies and research that shows that optional men impacts the community in a negative way. That I don't understand. Because let's just think about it. Right? The family structure. You take away the man, you take away a stable 2-parent household, and you take away the man. Now you have these women that don't know how to raise sons, trying to teach their sons what they believe the idea of a man is. Then you have these daughters, these women who grow up without the love of a real man or without the unconditional love that a father has for their daughter. So now they're constantly seeking that love in the form of other men. Daddy issues. Let's just be real. When you look at the family structure of the black community, it's trash. It's trash. It's ran by the you know what I mean? By the single mom is the head of the household. The dad is optional. That check ain't optional, but his presence is. Not every dad is a piece of crap. Not every man is a piece of crap that doesn't want to be involved in his child's life, contrary to popular belief. There are trash dads out there, but there are some men that would love to be more involved. There are some men that are waiting to be the parents one day. There's some men that would be great parents. Is a lot of women just had different expectations, but I mean that's neither here nor there. So when we look at the family structure, right? How do you expect a woman to fill the void of a man and raise a man when she's never been one? The truth of the matter is, it's not so much, just that being a single mom is bad. It's that when you're a single mom and then you have a young man that doesn't have positive male figures in his life, he's going to get that male presence from somewhere else. And then most of the time, it's the streets. So getting that from the streets, guess what? You're more likely to join gangs. You're more likely to drop out of school. You're more likely to not really go to college. You're more likely to you know what I mean, to basically be in debt. You're more likely, and I mean these numbers are like 6 times. You're 6 times more likely to go to jail or not go to jail based off of whether you're in a stable 2-parent household or not. Let's just be real. So let's just be real. It's not just about, we want to bag on single mothers. We want being a single mother is bad. It's the fact that practically speaking, it is an unfavorable situation. It doesn't make sense to get yourself in that situation. But that's the black culture. The black culture celebrates. Do you know that they have a thing called divorce parties now? They literally will celebrate breaking up homes. They will celebrate losing families. They will celebrate splitting up. They celebrate that more than they do getting together. They celebrate that more than actual love. And the people that do, because guess what? There are people that do promote and celebrate that. Then they get called pick-me's. They get called, they get told that they're slaves. They get told that they're the, that they, you know what I mean? That they're traditional old values. That, oh, it's the new age. They get shunned. They get shunned. People want to live the way they want to live. I don't want to say that wrong. Kedizilla, I hope I said that right. But yeah, he said, they said it doesn't help that most of those single mothers are hood rats. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, yeah. I'm not saying that traditional women don't end up as single mothers, but I'm just saying that when you look at it on average, these women do fit a certain type of demographic. They do. Appreciate your comment. Definitely appreciate it. But yeah. And so one of the biggest issues that we have in the black community is the family structure. As long as the family structure continues to be in shambles, that is a pillar. Family is the pillar of community. So if we want to take one step at a time, if we can fix the family structure, we can fix our homes, our houses. Guess what? You will then be able to fix the community, because if you have good foundation homes, that good foundation will then be able to be built upon. You can't build upon crap. I'm sorry. You cannot build upon trash. You cannot build upon a weak foundation. It has to be strong. And in order for that to be strong, the family structure has to be strong. Because in order for you to send strong kids out into the world to make society better, they need a strong foundation. The root of everything. You have to build blocks. It's not an overnight solution. It's not an overnight success. It's not a wake up one day snap, everything's gonna be better. It's not gonna be, oh snap, we're gonna one day have more black generational wealth. No, you have to build the steps the same way that the people that came before you did. Because as much as people wanna talk about the spoon-fed white people. That's what they say, spoon-fed white people. Guess what? Those spoon-fed white people, their ancestors built. They built the foundation. And later, their descendants reap the reward. If we can start doing the same thing, start now, doing it again, guess what? Eventually, it's going to pan out. It's going to pan out. But it all starts with family. And I'm not saying that people can't be productive coming from single parent households. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is that why wouldn't you give or want to give your offspring the best chance of success? Why wouldn't you want to give yourself the best chance of success? Why do you want to make your life harder? Marie says, when black families separate, it's bad because sometimes you have two people running from each other and no longer looking for a stable household. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Some people didn't need to separate. They didn't need to separate because you're looking for something else, trying to get away from something. I mean, it's so many layers to that. It's so many layers to that, and it's really sad. But I think when it boils down to it, I think that people don't have a real value of the commitment that is family. People don't take their vows serious. They don't take their wedding vows serious. You know what I mean? They don't actually believe what they're saying. And I mean, I don't understand why that is. I genuinely don't. I think maybe a result of that is that people have too much freedom. But I mean, meaning like I don't understand. Well, I kind of understand. I kind of understand. I mean I kind of get it. Um, says mom went from apartment to apartment, stable house, never came back. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard. Yeah, it's kind of hard, and I've noticed that some women sometimes where they end up struggling, they end up going through it because they don't have that same support. They don't have that backbone, that pillar. That's why I think that a lot of people need to really reevaluate their standards and what they're looking for and what they're not willing to put up with. Because at the end of the day, and I'm not talking about cheating and nothing like that. I'm saying that maybe a lot of women need to come back to earth and reality because I'm just saying life ain't getting no easier. It's not getting any easier. And why is it that you why is it that you would rather struggle while you struggle to find this perfect this perfect unicorn that may never exist? You know what I mean? I mean, you can do what you want. I'm just saying that, you know what I mean? maybe maybe you should come back down to earth. But families, I mean, family structure is a big thing because at the end of the day, the youth are the future. The youth of the future. If we don't take care of the youth, if we don't give them a good foundation, guess what? When we're gone and when we're just a memory, they're the ones that's still gonna be living, carrying on. The youth have more of a say so than the elders, unfortunately. Because if the youth reject the teachings of the elders, then guess what? When the elders are gone, the youth are going to change. They're going to change it anyway. They're going to change it anyway. So I mean, I don't believe that I don't believe that it's something that should be neglected. If that makes sense, it should not be neglected. That the impact of youth is it's important. It's important, guys. It's important. I think that family structure is probably the biggest thing, probably the biggest immediate solution that the black community could enact. We start bringing back standards and including family structure among those standards as a community. Stop encouraging broken homes. Stop listening to your single and miserable friends that's trying to break up your home because they jealous of you. Stop breaking up your home because you looking for the greener grass because you seeing on social media how other people living. That's one of the things I hate. That's one of the few things that I think is actually negative and dangerous about social media is that it gave people a glimpse into other people's lives. You don't know whether those people are really living that life or not, but because they appear to be on social media, now it warps your thinking. Excuse me. Now, but it warps your thinking. So now you're exposed to a lifestyle that you should never be exposed to. Or with a lot of these women, they're exposed to people that they should never be exposed to. So I mean, I think that I think that if like I said, the family is big, guys. That's a big one. That's just really big. It's a big thing because at the end of the day, if your foundation is not together, how can you build a good house? How can you build a sturdy house? Then let's get into the fact that I know this is gonna sound really bad, but a lot of people are just stupid. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm not gonna say you're stupid. I'm gonna say a lot of people are degenerates, right? I'm gonna say that there is a let's think of the most creative way to say that. Let's say there is a spirit of degeneracy that has befallen the black culture. Now, what do I mean by the spirit of degeneracy? The spirit of degeneracy is the idea of undermining education, the idea of celebrating stupidity, celebrating the lack of education. And we see it from a young age, from the kids that bully the smart kids to the kids, you know what I mean? Like, you, oh my God. It's just when you really think about it, there were, okay, I'll tell you my personal experience with this, right? I grew up in private school. So, God, listen, because this is black culture. This is black culture. I grew up in private school, not particularly a genius or anything. You know what I mean? I consider myself a midwit, just average, you know what I mean? But I actually cared about learning words and all that kind of stuff, right? So eventually I come over to public school, right? When I come to public school in the 5th grade, I remember being made fun of by my friends because I was using words like technically and words that basically had 3 syllables. Anything, didn't matter how simple of a word it actually is. Any word that had over 3 syllables, I was told I was talking white. I was told, you think you smart, all that kind of stuff. This is black culture. They will shame you, and I was so dumb that I dumbed my language down. I dumbed the way I talk down. I literally got so used to talking in a dumbed down way that I literally have one way that I write. I write a particular way, and then I actually speak a particular way. So I have to actually think and purposely make myself not speak a particular way because guess what? That black culture that idea that's ingrained in the culture, it runs deep. It runs deep. One of my biggest regrets ever, dumbing myself down, allowing myself not to spend more time learning more words and learning how to improve my speech, learning how to do all these things that I was told by young people that don't even know where they are or what they're doing now, were told by them that I sounded white. Still to this day. Spirit of degeneracy. It's cool to be dumb. You got Lil Woody in his. Let's use him as an example, right? No shade to him, but I'm saying you got all these guys. They can make a rap song. They can get money. They can do all this stuff, but then you ask them to read a piece of paper out loud. Floyd Mayweather, rich. Ask him to read a cue card for the Breakfast Club. It's a spirit of degeneracy. Look up the percentage of young black kids that are either illiterate or reading below their grade level. As somebody who was always reading above their grade level, and I remember one year I took the reading test and I didn't get 3 or 4 grades above my reading level, and I was upset. Dang, my progress. And that's me not caring about school. That's just because I like to read. People don't understand. That's why I say it's a spirit of degeneracy, because they want, you literally are wanting to be a degenerate. You are dumbing yourself down. You are degenerating your brain and your progression. How is that productive? How is that constructive? How are you going to grow? How are you going to compete? And when you are encouraged by the culture to be stupid. You're shamed for being not stupid. And so now because you don't want to be embarrassed or you don't want to stand out, now you got to pretend to be dumb. Now you got to pretend that you're not as smart as you are, therefore hindering and slowing your growth. Maybe this don't apply to everybody. Maybe you were unashamed. You never had to deal with this, and you just were soaring, flying, or you had the mental fortitude to where it just didn't faze you. Congratulations. But let's just be honest, guys. I can't be the only one who experienced, and I know I'm not the only one who experienced people telling you that you sound white, or that you talking proper English is you sounding white, or that you not being a dummy or an idiot is something to be mocked. Maybe we should think about an ideal world. Thanos snap. Reverse everything. And think about a scenario where everyone mocked people for being degenerates. We mocked people for being stupid. We mocked people, not the people that, I'm not talking about the people who literally can't do. I'm talking about the people who take pride, because, oh and behold, look, pity on your soul if you take a person who is trying their hardest and they're struggling. Pity on your soul. Because guess what? You ain't got nothing good coming to you either. That energy comes back around. And you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're that same person. Believe it or not. I'm not talking about those kind of people. I'm talking about the people that don't try because they think that it's dumb. They think that, oh, it's cool to be an idiot. They think it's cool to be dumb. Like, it's not. That's not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. Marie says, I live in a place where I have to dumb phrases down. You are not crazy, and I agree with you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I said I can't be the only one. Let me know in the comment section if you have any experiences with this. You've ever told somebody that they talk white, or you ever had an experience where somebody told you that you were talking white, or you have an experience of having to either dumb yourself down or having to not have certain conversations because the people around you don't want to participate on a particular brain frequency wavelength. So, I mean, let me know something, because honestly, it is frustrating, because how can you complain about the culture and how people treat you and how you're not where you need to be when in general you don't compete to a level where you need to compete at? But then you're mad at black conservatives because they believe that, because they believe, or they willing to put in the work, and so they've seen the results for themselves. When you very well could see those same results, if you put in the work. Might be harder. Everybody's road is different. One of my biggest regrets. I regret it so much, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. One of my biggest flaws. Regret it. I regret it. I regret allowing myself to be influenced by other people and dumbing myself down. There was a dude I went to school with, same public school. Public school got a full ride to MIT. He wasn't tripping off what everybody else say. He wasn't no weirdo lame dude either. Marie says, I try to be serious with our people and give them clear answers and solutions. I'm told talk white or think I'm slick. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes. But what did I say earlier? They reject things and people that try to offer positive solutions. And that's why I say black culture is trash. Because look at it. Why would you reject something or somebody that's trying to help you or do better or help you trying to achieve better? What other culture fights for the right to destroy itself? I don't get it. I don't get it. You don't encourage people to actually, and when I say get the education, I don't necessarily mean college. But you got people that are entertainers, that are role models that haven't even graduated high school. You put a piece of paper and wrote with a crayon, hello, my name is, and they couldn't even read it to you. That's pathetic. It's the type of people that you want to be like. Women, that's the type of person you want to reproduce with. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense. These people, they don't value education. They don't value doing better. They don't value wanting better. So why wouldn't they crash out? Why wouldn't they crash out? I don't get it. I don't get it. Because at the end of the day, like what you see with this Dirk situation, with this little Dirk situation, is when you practice stupid, when you plant stupid, you plant a stupid seed, you get a stupid flower, you get a stupid tree. You grow stupid. At the end of the day, you plant a stupid seed, you grow stupid. So I don't feel sorry for him. I don't. At the end of the day, if you choose to engage in stupid, degenerative behavior, then guess what? You're going to get the results that you want. Stupid and degenerative consequences. And that goes for everybody in the black community. So how many times do we have to see a little Dirk fall? How many times do we have to see a Young Thug fall? How many times do we have to see a black man separated from his family because he couldn't stop engaging in hood booger degeneracy? When does it end? When does it end, guys? Because at the end of the day, who's suffering? Who's suffering? The kids. Your kids. Children that you reproduce that look to you to guide them and help them navigate through life to adulthood. The community. The people that look up to you because of your accolades, because of your influence. your family. Think about these. These are things that people really need to think about, because what are we embracing? What are you embracing? What are you letting into your psyche, into your conscience? Because when you when you play this demonic music, when you play this horrible music, when you do these things and you put yourself in these situations, what are you doing for the community? You're causing harm. That I don't understand. And I don't understand. Those are huge problems in the black community that you guys have to take accountability for. Because even something like education wise, that's an umbrella. It spans so much. It spans so much. Because guess what? Financially uneducated. Most black people are not making money. And for any of you guys that say, "Oh, well, you know, I'm making that, or I'm making that a year," and all that kind of stuff. Well, guess what? If you ain't making it, if it's not taxable dollars, if you aren't claiming it on your taxes, I don't respect it. Nope. We don't engage in pookie behavior. I'm not celebrating pookie behavior. All that kind of stuff. Get it how you live, whatever like that. But the conversation doesn't apply if you don't pay taxes. I'm sorry. Legal money. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that, but y'all know what I mean, though. But Marie says, the truth hurts, and some of our people start false flag situations and try not to talk about things that really need to take place, aka cover-ups. Yep. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. And the truth does hurt. Truth does hurt, but sometimes you need it. And so many of these people, they trying to put a band-aid on everything. They so willing to pacify people's feelings. It's just, what's the point? What's the point? Because you're not helping them. You're not helping them. Sometimes tough love is good. As somebody who sometimes needs a lot of it, I'm not, I'm not saying that like I'm exempt or above it. But you need people like Wallow that'll sit there and talk to somebody and really get in the game and the truth. You know what I mean? You need people that are willing to like tell you and keep you in check and hold you accountable. And a lot of problem with the black community is you guys don't like, I'm not saying, or like, well, yeah, a lot of people in the black community don't want to take accountability. Everything is about racism. Slavery, you know what I mean, Jim Crow, all this stuff. And it's just a lot of victim Olympics talk. But at the end of the day, what do we have? What do we have? Um, Marie says it doesn't end. Black people are so deep in a hole, it's getting dark like the bottom of the ocean. It's cold. Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, do they? It's almost like they expect you to crash and burn with them. They're sitting at the bottom of the ocean, but that's what people mean when they crabs in the barrel. And like when they say crabs in a barrel, I don't want to stay in the barrel. I can stay in the barrel. I don't want to stay in the barrel. I don't want to stay in the barrel at all. I think. I think you. I think you have a very good point, Maurice. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Good analogy. Appreciate your comments too. Um, yeah, I don't, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I think we need to reevaluate. I think the black community needs to reevaluate who they're celebrating, who they are embracing, who they embrace, who they let in, who they, you know what I mean? Who can speak for us? Who can speak for y'all? Who can speak for them? Who can speak? Who's qualified to be a voice of the people? You know what I mean? Because that's isn't that one of Lil Durk's name, the voice of the streets or the voice of the people? Should the streets be able? Should the streets even have a say? If they the bottom of the barrel, should they even have a say? If we trying to get a seat at the table, isn't that all? Isn't that everything that black social justice warriors are fighting for? A seat at the table. I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that. I think we need to reevaluate who we look at as role models, who the culture embraces. I think it's just it, it's just pathetic. It's pathetic because at the end of the day, y'all let the worst people represent you. Diddy. Why I say Diddy? Because you know what Diddy, you know the scandal Diddy's got going on right now, right? Well, Diddy is a voice that gets people to vote because Diddy had before this situation. Diddy had stakes in revolt, and his stakes in revolt allowed him to use the platform in order to push the candidates that he and the other black left wing media were pushing, which was anti-Trump. Diddy has this position. So, like I said, I mean, and you got John Legend. John Legend, another voice. John Legend, his wife got in trouble and had to delete her Twitter for a while for making very inappropriate jokes about children. I said it, reevaluate it, man. Reevaluate because the people that you choose to as your role model, they say a lot about you. People hated Kevin Samuels when he was alive. Kevin Samuels was what I would call a black man who was doing the right thing for the most part. Shout out to Anton Daniels. He's another one. I think Anton Daniels is dope. I think the lead attorney, dope. These are dope black men that people can look to as role model. You know what I mean? Lead attorney not as controversial as the other two. You know what I mean? But these are dope people. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying that. I'm saying that to say that there are role models. There are people that you could look to in the black community. Ben Carson. People don't like Ben Carson because they don't agree with his decisions. But he's a black man that's on the Supreme Court. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think that the black community needs to reevaluate who they allow to speak for them and who they allow to be role models and influential to them. Because this whole idea that you can just put Meg the Stallion, you can just team up with DL Hughley, you can do all this nonsense in order and just get the black vote just automatically just because celebrities tell us to. You can have a concert with Beyonce or you know what I mean, any of that stuff. Just because that happens doesn't mean that you get to automatically have our vote. It doesn't mean that you automatically get to speak for us. It doesn't mean that you get to speak to us in an ideal world. But you know what I mean? That's just my 2 cents though. And then I just think that we need to critically assess these influencers and these people and people that the culture embraces. You know, I don't think we can get around that. I think that we need to know that the people that we're taking wisdom from, or the people that are setting the example, we have to know that what they're doing is actually beneficial to the culture. It's beneficial to the community. It's beneficial to the group as a whole. Because that's a big problem that people have now, is a lack of sense of duty to anything besides themselves. Why do you only have duty to yourself? I think I think when you look at situations like Lil Durk, and then you look at the impact that Lil Durk has, because Lil Durk is a role model, like it or not. Not a good one, but he's a role model. There are people that are influenced by Lil Durk. There are people that look up to Lil Durk. And Lil Durk just crashed out on TV, for the world to see. All these black entertainers crash out. Anytime these street dudes get out the hood, some crash out, some go on to make it. What do you got to do? What do you got to do to get through to people? What do you got to do? And how many more people do you got to see fall before you get the idea and you get the picture that it's not that this is not the way? Questions that need answers. Reese says, "I don't get it either, and I feel like you are the only really that has your eyes in it. Ears are, has your ears and eyes open at all times." Yeah, I mean, I try to be. Yeah, I try to be. My vote is the couch. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, hmm, I don't know, guys. I mean, I don't believe I just don't believe that looking at these people, because it's really a form of you really want to get into it. It's really idolatry at its finest, because a lot of these people just they worship these people, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Sinful, but it's not healthy either. I just Yeah, if I yeah, guys, if I can leave you with anything, it's just because it's a long monologue. I mean, if y'all yeah, yeah, it's a long monologue. But basically, like I said, if I could leave you guys with anything, it's just that we have to we have to hold people accountable. We have to hold people accountable. Don't let these people get away with being trash human beings. Don't let these people be trash human beings just because you know what I mean, just because they can sing good. You know what I mean, sing well. Some of them only good, but just they don't get a pass for that. You don't get a pass for being a trash human being just because of that. Um, Marie says I'm 34 and never voted in my life. Oh man. Why not? Why not? I mean, I don't think that a person. I'm not one of those people that think that a person has to vote. I think that I'm not. I think that when they say, "Oh," like for instance, I think when they say that, "Oh, you have a responsibility to vote because people died for your right to vote." No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that people sacrifice their lives so that you would have to vote, or that you voting is because of that. I think that it was for you to have the right to. And I think that most people have the right to. But you know what I mean? I think I can understand why somebody wouldn't, because I mean there are definitely flaws in the system. But what I can say is that we do need people that actually have good sense. And just from what I can see you, Maurice, you know what I'm saying? You seem like a dude that got good sense. And so even if you don't vote for the presidential election, we definitely need people like you to vote on like a local level, because when you vote on a local level, those are the actual, like that's the actual stuff that impacts your, like your laws and that kind of, you know what I mean? Like your local laws, who the judge is, who the prosecutor is, those type of things. And those type of things can, be the difference between somebody, you know what I mean, between you living in what Trump likes to call them S-hole country. And the truth of the matter is that, I mean, it's the truth. I mean, Chicago used to be a beautiful city once upon a time, and then guess what? They get the wrong kind of mayor like Lightfoot, and then Lightfoot tears it up. You know what I mean? We've seen it all over U.S., especially with a lot of these Democrat-led cities. And I'm not just a super like Republican and conservative or anything like that. But I'm just saying you have to look at it objectively, and objectively in a lot of these more liberal cities, they are worse off to live in. So I think that you, as a person who does seem to have good sense, and so it does seem to have like good views and insights on things, I think that even if you don't like, because like let's just be honest, the presidential election, it's kind of BS. To be honest with you, it's kind of BS when you look at the electoral college system and all that kind of stuff. There's the whole popular vote versus the electoral college vote and all that kind of stuff. When you look at that, it doesn't really make sense. But I think that where your vote matters more is on a local level, because guess what? Though, you know what I mean, a bad attorney general, bad federal judge, a bad, you know what I mean, those things can make life really hard for a lot of people. You know what I mean, and that's just the truth. So I think, like I said, as somebody who, you know what I mean, who seems to have good sense, I just think that, you know what I mean, maybe you should consider just voting on a local level, and not just, even if it's not necessarily the presidential. You know what I mean? That's just my 2 cents though. But, okay. But what I do want to do is I just want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in, that's tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Like I said earlier, you guys could be anywhere doing anything, but you're here kicking it with me, and so I appreciate you. Um, I'm I definitely feel like this is a much needed discussion, because at the end of the day, people really have to understand that role models, and not just role models, but who the culture embraces, it represents and says a lot about how we're viewed. If we keep putting our support behind these rich pookies and supporting them just because they're rich, even though they're pookies by nature, you can't you can't get upset when they deliver on that. You know what I mean? When they deliver on their nature. So that being said, I'm definitely about to sign out, but I am going to stream tomorrow too, and we are going to keep going. We are basically, yeah, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna start live streaming more consistently again. So I just want to say, shout out to everybody that came through the show. You know what I mean? Uh, Feel free to share your opinions, and you know what I mean. I definitely appreciate when you guys comment and share your thoughts. Definitely think you guys are dope. I am JayyRedd Unfiltered, and I am signing out.